Hello Heavy Metal Maidens and Masters, I'm Heavy Metal Momma and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a Killstar comfy cozy haul for you. But before we get to that, remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload, and welcome. So a Killstar comfy cozy haul, as autumn is definitely here and those colder, darker, longer days draw in. I thought that I would give you a little haul of all the things that I've bought that are cozy, comfy, keep you warm, that extra layer, something to make you feel warm and snuggly. So let's get into the haul. So the first item is the Killstar Night Sprawl hoodie. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous hoodie. I am so pleased with it. So let's get into description and materials. This is a soft velour, ribbed, stretchy material. It's really, really soft, really soft. It's got this gorgeous metal bat emblem here with the Killstar logoing on it. It's got a hood with a drawstring, really nice big hood with a drawstring. It is a long line hoodie, so it's very long, and it's got this beautiful handkerchief hem at the bottom. It's got long cuffed sleeves which are made of the same stretchy velour material. There's no change in the material on the cuffs. It's got a relaxed fit, and they say it is unisex, so it's suitable for everybody. Materials wise, it is 65% cotton, 32% polyester and 3% elastane. Quality and construction. The material on this is thick. It is thick and snuggly and warm. Now it's not like really, really soft and velvety on the inside, but it's certainly not scratchy in any way. It's just there on the inside. There's nothing unpleasant about it. There is a slight rib on the inside, so if that's something that texture would really bother you, it might not be the thing for you. But obviously this beautiful ribbed fabric here on the front of it is absolutely gorgeous. It adds a layer of texture I wasn't expecting. It's really well constructed. It's shaped well. It just nips in slightly at the waist and then beautifully nips out again with this gorgeous handkerchief hem, which is always incredibly, incredibly flattering. All the stitching is great. You've got your usual hem type stitching on the bottom, so it's doubled over and then hemmed. Along the side seams, you've got the standard overlocking, which is standard for most things. It is again hemmed all around the hood as well, so it's not overlocked around the hood, it's properly hemmed around the hood, so that makes it more comfortable. And again, the cuffs are like a double layer of this lovely stretch velour ribbed fabric, so it's all one fabric. There's no change in the type of fabric that it is, so it just makes it look really cohesive. The drawstring on the hood is a really nice fabric. It's really well constructed. It's not a shoestring type drawstring like on a lot of sort of standard hoodies. It's more like a flattened shoestring. So it's just a nice, thick, nice quality string. It seems to move very nicely. I'm not one for doing the drawstring up on my hoodies. I don't like to look like Kenny from South Park. But if you wanted to pull it, it pulls very well. I have found that it stays in place nicely. You haven't got to worry about one end ending up sort of getting sucked up inside or anything like that. I found it's been great. Fit and sizing. Now I got this in a size medium. I am a UK, I think I'm a 12 at the moment, maybe 10 to 12, let's call it a 12. I found this is big on me. I wanted it big, I wanted it oversized. I could have easily sized down to a small or possibly even an extra small if I'd wanted something a little more figure hugging. And it fits beautifully, so you don't need to worry about sizing up. If anything, you might want to think about sizing down. I purchased this as loungewear, so I didn't want something that was snug to my figure. I wanted this to lounge around the house in. Now the cut of it is beautiful, like I said, because it's cut with this nipping in at the waist and then it flares out again with this gorgeous handkerchief hem. It is incredibly flattering, beautifully thought out and designed when they've done the pattern for it. It's also cut and weighted well. So I have one of these like snuggly fake Hoodie type hoodies that I got from Lidl. It's here. Must say, this one is like fluffy and furry inside, but I almost find I overheat in this because it's too warm. However, this is not properly weighted. So this one, when I put it on, because the hood weighs something and there's not the same amount of balance at the front, and they haven't thought about it very, very carefully because I think this was £7 in Lidl. It ends up riding back, and eventually I end up getting strangled by this bit here, and it sort of cuts into my throat. This does not do that. It is perfectly weighted. It sits perfectly when I'm wearing it. The cuffs are thick and comfortable and soft. They're not too tight, they're not too loose, they just fit perfectly, nice and snuggly warm, but you can pull them up if you're doing some cooking or washing your hands or whatever, and it doesn't feel like it's cutting off the circulation, but it also doesn't feel like they're just gonna flop around like sometimes they do when the elastic sort of goes in the cuffs. I just think this has been really well thought out for such a simple, and to be perfectly honest, fairly basic piece. Style and versatility. Now, I bought this as loungewear. I bought this for slouching around the house, for maybe wearing on a night shift or a school run, something that I could sling on over a pair of leggings and just mooch about in, feel comfy and cozy and warm, because sometimes it gets chilly in our house and I just want something nice and cozy to snuggle up in. I also like the fact that because it's nipped in and then comes out and you've got this handkerchief hem, you can sit in front of the TV and get your knees up to your chest and put it over your knees, which I find that little one I can't. I feel like I'm hobbled by it, but this is beautiful because it's got the little bit of stretch as well. It just stretches with your knees. It's just a really beautifully thought out design for something which is essentially just loungewear. You can, if you want, I wouldn't say dress it up, but you could put, you know, a pair of sort of New Rock boots on or something, some like knee-high ones or something like that, and make it look a little bit more fancy. It's definitely not something you're going to wear on like a tea at the Ritz, but it's definitely, you can either wear it with just tracksuit bottoms or, you know, some yoga pants whilst you're mooching around your house, or on a night shift, which I often wear it on a night shift, or you, like I say, you can put those big boots on, you know, little bit of lipstick, and you are perfectly presentable for the school run, and nobody would think that this is loungewear for that purpose, mainly because of the way that it's beautifully cut. I think if it was just a hoodie, you'd be like, yeah, she's slobbing about in a hoodie, but because of the way that it's cut beautifully, it's really flattering and looks great. I must say, I was quite surprised. On their website, it doesn't really look like a whole lot of much. Funnily enough, though, it does look better on the plus size model, but I don't think they've shown it off to its full potential on the website. I do find that with some Killstar items, they look meh on the website, and then you either see somebody's review or you see somebody on Instagram or something wearing it, and you're like, actually, that piece is great. That's definitely this one. I had no idea it was ribbed until it turned up. I had absolutely no idea, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Obviously, if you have a problem, I know some people find corduroy fabric like a textural nightmare, so if that is your case, it's very soft, but you might find that you can't cope with it. I love it. I think that because it's that soft and it's got that textural detail, it just feels quite luxurious for what is essentially, it's a hoodie, but I love it. So price-wise, this RRP's for £59.99, which is expensive. I did not pay that. I waited until it was in a sale, and I suspect I probably had a voucher or a code or something like that. I was not going to be paying £60 for this. It is currently on the UK website for £20.97. I suspect I got it at something similar to that. Annoyingly, when you go into your Killstar history, it doesn't tell you what price you paid for anything. It tells you what the price of the overall order is, but it doesn't tell you the price of everything. And I do keep the receipts, but they're all over the place. But they only have at the moment an extra small and a small. So if you usually wear, I suspect if you wore a large, you could get away with a small. If you wear a medium, you could definitely get away with a small or an extra small. Or if you are a small or an extra small, great. But unfortunately, this is a medium, and those sizes up are no longer available on the UK website, but they may well be with a third-party seller, or you may well be able to get it from either the EU website or the American website. I think this is great. Definitely wouldn't pay 60 quid for it, but you know, I think I probably paid about £25 for it, and it was definitely worth that. I love it. Durability and care instructions. So it says the usual: machine wash at 30 degrees, do not dry clean, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, iron on low. I wash everything at 40 degrees. It has been fine. I chuck it in the airing cupboard because where it is a bit thicker than an average hoodie, because of this sort of velour type fabric, it needs a little help drying out. But it dries beautifully. Just chuck it on a hanger, let it dry. Love it. I have been super, super impressed with how well it washes. You know, especially because I tend to be lounging around the house, it's definitely something that has ended up with more food splattered on it than a lot of my other clothes, because I will generally, if I'm cooking, I may well be wearing this. And it's come up beautifully. I just think it looks great. It's washed really, really well. comparisons. So I found a few when I googled like corduroy hoodie or black velvet hoodie. There's nothing that's an exact match that's within the price range. Everything that I found that was an exact match was either like 180 quid sort of thing for some bizarre reason, or annoyingly H&M had one, didn't have the handkerchief hem, but it was a, you know, a corduroy style hoodie. It was like £20, completely sold out. So I'm not quite sure when it sold out, but that is a bit of a shame. I do think on H&M's website that you can do a email me when it's back in stock, so you potentially could do that, and it might sort of poke them into, I'm interested, make more of these. Amazon have quite a few, so obviously you can go and check out Amazon. I have noticed though, none of them have this handkerchief hem. I did find a cool one on Etsy. It was about the same as this was brand new, but obviously with Etsy you are buying from a small business, so you know, if you didn't want to spend your money with Killstar, you would rather spend your money with an Etsy seller. I will put the link to that Etsy seller down in the comments so that you can go and check out their hoodie. I thought that one was really cool. So something to consider if you don't want to spend your money with Killstar, but you want something that looks like this. So, conclusions. I love this hoodie. I live in this hoodie. I wear this a lot. If I'm cold, when I get home from work, a lot of the time I end up switching into this, because a lot of my sort of work type outfits are like leggings and a vest top and some sort of top over the top, and sometimes you're like, I don't want to wear that anymore, I just want to be comfortable, so I swap the something kind of top for this, and I'm comfy and cozy and can sit in front of the TV and watch a movie with Heavy Metal Hubby and feel really snuggly and cozy. And I mean, he is also like, oh, it feels lovely, it's lovely, because it's got this lovely sort of velvety feel to it. I think it's gorgeous. I don't think it's worth 60 quid. I'm glad I didn't pay 60 quid, but you know, if you fancy it, you know, go out, grab yourself a bargain quick while it's in the sales, or go out and get yourself that one from Etsy and support a local business. That is the Killstar Night Sprawl hoodie in a size M. The next item is the Killstar Ruination hooded cardigan. Materials and description. This is a beautiful, soft, super soft fabric, in fact, oversized hooded cardigan. There is so much detail on this cardigan. Okay, it is another long line cardigan, even longer than the previous one, with another handkerchief hem. However, this one is a cardigan, so it's open at the front. It is very relaxed fit. It has pockets. We love a pocket. It also has thumb holes in the cuffs. So these are actually in the ribbed cuffs here. We have got like a pentagram, moon and filigree print that goes all down the lapel and up over the hood. We have got also another detail, this beautiful fishnet edging and a tie waist. It's also got the Killstar branding inside, and it is 55% acrylic and 45% cotton. Quality and construction. This is a really nice thickness jersey. It's really fluffy and soft on the inside, and then has the lovely jersey look on the outside. More of a traditional hoodie type material. So it's got thumb holes in these ribbed cuffs. These are more like a traditional hoodies cuffs, but they've got a really well sewn in thumb hole here. There's no danger of that seam splitting. So I really like that. I think that's a really nice detail. It's really well sewn. We've got again a traditional hem that runs along the bottom, so you know, doubled over and stitched up. We've got the usual traditional overlocked seams. They're all over it. The pockets are actually anchored with these little ribbons as well, which is a really nice detail. This printed filigree edging all along the lapel is actually like a double thickness piece of material, which is then overlocked onto the front of the cardigan with the fishnet material. So you've got this filigree detail and then this little peekaboo of this fishnet material that pokes out. The fishnet material also hangs much lower than the bottom of the tip of the handkerchief edging here. It gives it a really cool disjointed feel because you've got all these different little pieces that dangle down in different areas. The hood is gorgeous and really oversized. This hood is absolutely huge, and the fishnet runs all the way along the inside of the hood as well. It's thinner on the inside of the hood. It's only maybe 5 centimeters, so about 2 inches, and then it gets wider as we go down the length of the cardigan. So by the bottom of it, we're talking sort of, I'd say that's about 30 centimetres, so about 12 inches there. I really like that. It just gives it, like I said, that really cool disconnected, disjointed look. It's really, really beautiful. The hood is a double layer as well, so really nice and thick, you know, great for if you're caught in a rain shower when you've got it on. And it's got this tie for the waist, which is just made out of the material that the hoodie is made out of. But because it's on the waist, it sort of dangles down too, so it adds to that disconnected, disjointed feeling if you're not using it as a tie. Or you can tie it up around your waist to cinch it in at the waist. It's really well constructed. You've got this panel here which is shaped so that it gives it shape here in the back. Fit and sizing. Now, I got this in a large, and to be honest, I probably should have gone for a medium. It's possibly a little bit too big for me. It definitely can feel a little too bulky here around my middle. But I wanted to be able to wear it over other items and not just like, oh, I'm wearing it over a cotton top or some leggings and a vest top. I wanted to be able to wear it over bulkier items, and therefore I decided to take the gamble and go for a larger size because I have another hoodie, which admittedly is a zip hoodie that I bought, and I got that in a medium, and it is tight. I think it's partly just because of the cut of it sort of thing, but I can't wear it as like almost like a jacket over things, which is kind of what the purpose that I had when I bought that hoodie was for. So I decided fine, that hoodie can be the thing that I wear over just a vest top and leggings, and this can be the thing that I wear as like a final layer over more bulky items, and it definitely does that job. The fact that it doesn't have a zip does mean that obviously you can't just zip it up and be snugly warm, but there's loads of excess fabric to really wrap it over yourself, tie it up with these waist tie and keep yourself nice and snugly warm. But you know, if you want something that zips up, this isn't the cardigan, but it's a cardigan, it's not a jacket. It's, you know, it's marketed as a cardigan, so it's not something that you're going to be wearing out on like a wet, windy, rainy dog walk. This is more, you can sling it on when you're on a summer's dog walk or something, and you can take this with you in case the temperature drops kind of thing. You've got to kind of think about where you would be wearing it and what this is suitable for. The sleeve length on it is fine on me. I am, like I say, 5'3", 160 centimetres. It is fine on me, but if I was any taller, I think I would start to find that it feels a little short. If you're a tall gal, this possibly, or certainly a tall gal with long arms, this might not be the hoodie for you, just because, like I say, on me it's fine, but you might find that it's just a little bit too short in the arms. For me, part of the problem with the fit, it's not really a problem, it's because I sized up, but I was hoping it would feel a little more tailored in, and I think had I got the medium, it would feel a little more tailored in. But I think then, because like I'd said, I wanted to be able to wear it over bulky items, I might have even found that in the body, that was fine. I can wear it over bulky items. But the sleeves are a little narrow considering the size of the rest of it. I think that the sleeves need an extra 3 centimetres, an inch or so in there to be comfortable for the size that it's marketed at. It's fine on the sleeves, but there's not tons of room. So the Night Sprawl hoodie has got loads of room in the arms, particularly here, you know, in your bingo wings. Loads of room. There's no danger of anything, if you're putting on a bulky top, it getting stuck. This, I think, had I gone for the medium, I don't think I would have been able to get my arms in this with, you know, a lot of excess material on. So I'm glad I went for the large. It's a shame because I think it would look a little more tailored and a little more sleek had I gone for the medium in this part of my body, but I think I would have then sacrificed the excess space in the arms. So it's up to you. If you've got skinny arms, then you might want to go for a smaller size, whereas I would rather it fit me well in the arms and just have to cinch it in a bit more. Particularly, you know, you can always wear a belt with it as well, rather than just using the tie here if you want to get a certain silhouette on it. So take that information as you will. Style and versatility. This thing is great. You can throw it on over pretty much everything. The other day I wore it with literally just a black scoop neck long sleeve top and a pair of leggings, and this really made the outfit, you know. Just needed this, and I think I did put on a pair of new rock boots, but you know, this, it kind of is the outfit if you want it to be, or you can wear it over a much more complicated, complex outfit and it really adds to it, especially with this disconnected hem. you can really play around with the different layers and stuff like that, and it really works with a variety of different length items on it. So at the moment I've got this like see-through jumper on. It would look great with that. You could wear it over like a little dress or something like that, particularly like a sort of little sundress type thing, short dress. It looks great over a long dress as well, because where you've got these disconnected items and these bits are quite long, it pulls in the long length. It's got lots of facets to it, so it looks great with, there's not really been anything that it doesn't look good with that I've tried it on with so far. So you can either make it the focus of the outfit and make it the piece that the outfit is built around, or you can make it as a layering piece in a more complex, complicated outfit, and it will look great in both. The price. Right, this RRP'd at $47.99, which is dear. Like I said, I never pay full price for Killstar for anything, so I did not pay that. I probably got it for about 40 quid, I think, maybe even less than that. At the moment, it is on sale at £19.20, but there is only one size S available, and I have a funny feeling by the time this video goes out, it will have gone. That is on the UK website. You might find it on the American website or the European website, or like I said before, through a third-party seller. But yes, I think $47.99 was dear, but we all know nobody pays full price for Killstar. You know, they've always got a sale on or something. I just wait for the sales. So yeah, I think 40 something pound is a fair price for it, because it is a beautiful piece and there's a lot going on. Durability and care. It says wash cold. Now, on a gentle cycle, I wash everything at 40. It was fine. It's been fine. It might be that if you continually wash it at 40, you know, twice a week or something like that, you might find that the print starts to lift off. I do find sometimes these prints that Killstar put on eventually lift off. We found that with a few of Heavy Metal Hubby's t-shirts. He's got a lot of Killstar printed t-shirts, but then he does wear them a lot, so they have been through the wash a lot. So it will be interesting to see. I've washed this maybe 3 or 4 times and it's fine. It's come up beautifully, you know. Like I said, dry it on a hanger, hang it in my airing cupboard or on the washing line. It's been great, you know, really, really happy with it. The only thing I must say is that this waist tie, if I've got it done up, and I've done it in a bow because that's what I tend to do, because you end up with like a big loop, because it's a long tie, so you end up with a big loop. I have found that it keeps getting caught in door handles and stuff. I keep getting caught on my cutlery drawer when I'm cooking. I need to learn and tie it like behind my back or off to one side or something, because I keep getting stuck on a drawer and nearly braining myself. Luckily so far I haven't, you know, burnt myself or anything while I'm doing it, but obviously that is something that you might need to take into consideration if you're a particularly clumsy person like moi. Okay, so comparisons. Right, I found a few things online. So there are some things that have got like a similar print to them, but they might not necessarily have the handkerchief hem. And I found some that have got more of the handkerchief hem in this sort of open front, but don't necessarily have the print on them. So Restyle have what's called the oversized herbal hoodie. That is available on Attitude Clothing. That is beautiful. Too much colour for me, can't cope. This is black on black, which is fine for me, but you know, I cannot cope with any sort of colour. So then EMP have something called the Elven hoodie. That is gorgeous, and I think that one is green. And then they've got the Coven hoodie as well. Both of those are gorgeous. I was really impressed with EMP actually for, you know, these sort of items. So go check out EMP. And Disturbia knit top, it's called the Zana textured tie front cardigan. That is more of an open weave. It's almost more like this, but it's definitely got that length and those sort of drippy hems. So there's a few items out there that are in a similar vein. I definitely think Restyle and EMP seem to have things like this if you are looking for something like this, but not from Killstar. Conclusions. I really like this. I think it's a great layering piece. I think the detail on it really adds something that I wasn't expecting. I thought it looked cool on the website, but I'm actually really impressed with all the little details on it. I think it's a little dear, expecting $47.99 for it. But like I said, you know, if you can get it on a sale or something like that, I really like it. I think it's a great, like I said, layering piece. It's got this gorgeous disjointed, disconnected hems. Really, really like it. That is the Killstar Ruination hooded cardigan in a size L. So this next item is the Killstar Fallen Lilith crop hoodie. This is, quite frankly, one of my all-time favourite Killstar pieces. I think this could easily hit in my top 20, if not maybe my top 10 of my best Killstar items ever. So, the materials and description. This is a 100% cotton soft stretch fabric. It has got long sleeves with a thumb hole. We love a thumb hole. It's got this disconnected wraparound style front piece, scarf type piece with a giant oversized hood. We've got this asymmetric high-low hem. I mean, I suppose you could almost describe it as a waterfall front cardigan, and it is fitted. It is 100% cotton and has the Killstar logo in it. It's one of these smaller Killstar labels in there. This thing is gorgeous. This is essentially a cropped version of the Assassin's Hood, which is again one of my top 10 Killstar items that I have ever owned. This disconnected front scarf waterfall hem type thing is identical to the Assassin's, and you know, it means you can do that, you know, put it over your shoulders and do that. Now, it doesn't have any sort of toggles or anything that do it up at the front, but you've got this gorgeous like pointed handkerchief style hem, waterfall style hem, maybe you could describe it as, at the front, and then it's got quite a high crop at the back. It's similar to the Assassin's Hood, but it's not as thick. The material on the Assassin's Hood is definitely thicker and warmer. That is like a winter coat type material. That, you know, my Assassin's Hood is not something that I take when I go on holiday, for example, because it's too thick and too warm. This is thinner, and I would definitely take this on holiday as like a throw it on a piece to put over the top of something. Quality and construction. It's well made, it's well seamed as usual. It's got like a normal hem type seam all along the edges, and then it is overlocked like on the inside hem seams here where like your sleeves are, etc. The hood is really nice and oversized as well, and it's just a nice shape as well. It's well weighted so that the hood sits nicely when it's down, but it also sits nicely when it's up. It doesn't ride up at the back because of this excess material here, which could have been a problem had it not been designed to be well weighted. And these just effortlessly you can just throw them over your shoulder. It always looks good. And because of these disjointed long bits, if you choose to not wrap them around your neck, they give this gorgeous waterfall style and it just looks fabulous. Fit and size. I bought this in a size small initially, and I could have kept it, but it was tight. It was tight in the sleeves, which seems to be a bit of an ongoing theme today, is that the sleeves definitely could have done with being wider. It would have been fine in the body, but I did think I want this to wear over things. This is not something that you're just wearing this with a vest top. You know, this is to wear over dresses, over long sleeve tops, that kind of thing, over dresses with longer sleeves. So I wanted to make sure it was comfortable and fit well, and that you didn't feel like it was tight across the back. So I returned it and got a medium instead, and I'm really happy with the medium. At the moment, I have generally been wearing mediums in Killstar, and I think that once I get back into my small clothes, which some of them are fitting, this fits, then, you know, I will definitely still be able to wear this. It doesn't look bad for it being oversized. I think if anything, it just adds more to the drapery of it. So if in doubt, size up. Style and versatility. This waterfall front is so flattering. I have never seen anybody wear a waterfall style jacket and it not look flattering. It's really flattering for your décolletage. It really draws the eye in, and it slims you because of the way that the panels hang down, and so it looks really, really flattering. This cropped waist here is just perfectly on the waist. I do not have a waist. I am quite straight up and down. This thing gives me a waist. Now, I got this because for literal years I had been trying to find the perfect jacket to wear with some of my more like preppy skirts and things like that, but I wanted a jacket that didn't make it look more preppy, but I also wanted something that wasn't too slouchy and casual. I've got cropped hoodies, they were too casual. I looked into like peplum style jackets. It was so preppy and prim and tailored, it was too much. This thing is perfect. You've got this sort of effortless slouchy style, The way that it's cut gives it an elegance, but it's also, at the end of the day, it's a hoodie. So it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Great way to put something on that is warm with a more structured skirt or something like that, and it look the part. It really works. I think this piece is going to be one of those pieces that you can wear with anything. I wore it over the summer with my all those summer dresses. If you go back, you can see my summer dress haul that I did. It looks great with all of those summer dresses. I think in one of the videos, in one of the little snippets, I might be wearing this in it. I literally wore this with all of those dresses and it looked fantastic. Again, it looks great with just a vest top and a pair of leggings, but it also looks great with a really structured, quite preppy skirt. It's just such a versatile piece. Like I said, definitely going to be in my top 20, if not my top 10 ever Killstar items. It is exactly what I was looking for. And I knew what the things that would tick the boxes that I needed, but I couldn't visualize the item that I wanted. And then when I saw this on the website, I was like, that's the thing that I've been looking for years. I absolutely love it. Price. It RRPs for £40. I think that's fair. I, again, got it in a sale. Don't like paying full price for anything on Killstar, but I think although it is essentially just quite thin, it's not thin, but not thick hoodie material, it's just so well cut that it is worth it. So, you know, if you can get it on a 20% off sale or something, you'll get it for just over 30 quid. I think it is well worth it. It is so stylish. It really is one of those pieces that, quite frankly, even if you stopped being goth and you didn't want to wear goth clothes anymore, you could chuck this on. I would make my mum wear this and she would look great in it. My sister would look great in it. You know, as long as I couldn't see it said Killstar in it. I think this jacket is phenomenal. It's not really a jacket, it's a cropped hoodie, but I just think it is such a nice piece. It is something that everybody should have in their wardrobe because it is so flattering and so great. Durability and care, it's the usual. Machine wash at 30 degrees, do not dry clean, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, iron on low. Again, I've washed it at 40 degrees, looks fine to me. So I think it's just you know, be cautious when you're washing it, but I absolutely love this. Comparisons. Now, I couldn't, obviously, as I said, I have been looking for something like this for a long time. I couldn't find anything that was a direct comparison. I found some waterfall jackets. There are a couple on Amazon. They are cheap looking though. They don't look like they're very well constructed. Even in the pictures that they're using to sell them online, they look a little poorly constructed, but I think they're less than 20 quid. So if you haven't got 30 to 40 pounds to spend on something like this and you don't necessarily think you're gonna wear it that much, then one of these Amazon ones is great. I did see one with like a black and white Beetlejuice stripe, so if that's something you're after, they have one of those on Amazon as well. EMP had something called the Ebony Bolero. Now, it's not the same thing. It is more of a short cut hoodie with long sleeves. So if you don't want something that's got this sort of more elegant waterfallness, you want like the cropped hoodie style, that is a great idea. I have a cropped hoodie from Exo Umbra, but I have a funny feeling that that was like a one-time piece that I was wearing, but it just found it was too casual for some of the outfits that I wanted, and this fills that gap. So I found a few things, but there's not loads on the market. I think, quite frankly, just get this. It's just gorgeous. So, conclusions. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is, like I said, one of my favourite pieces ever, let alone in this haul. So I would definitely, if you're going to get one of these items out of this haul, get this. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. I just think it looks great with almost everything. I can't really think of an outfit it wouldn't look good with. It could look great with cargo trousers. It could look good with a posh skirt, just a pair of leggings, a summer dress, you name it. I think it will work with it. The one downside being that the sleeves are a little narrow, which does seem to be a bit of a Killstar theme today. But, you know, just size up and you will look phenomenal. That is the Killstar Fallen Lilith cropped hoodie in a size M. The last item is the Malice in Chains cloak. This thing is cool and very, very long. Materials and description. This is a soft stretch fabric. It looks like it's a jersey again to me. It has got this statement detachable chain here, which is detachable both here and at these anchoring points here, with this gorgeous loop here and these two Killstar embossed D-rings here. We have got They call them long waterfall sleeves. I would call these trumpet sleeves or wizard sleeves. But yeah, they call it that. It has got, again, an extra large hood, very similar to the previous Fallen Lilith cropped hoodie. The hood is a very similar shape. It has got this, they call it, again, a waterfall hem. I would call this a high-low hem, like a squared high-low hem. It is sort of knee length, just above my knee at the front here, and then at the back it is super duper long, and it has like a handkerchief, it's kind of handkerchiefness to it, and it is fitted. Now, I would say that this is fitted in the waist here and then sort of comes out at the side there. So it has got Killstar branding, and this one is 100% polyester. Now it looks like the material is almost identical to the Fallen Lilith crop. It feels the same. The way that the material is constructed from the inside looks identical, but this one is 100% polyester. That one is 100% cotton. I really can't tell the difference though, really can't tell the difference. Quality and construction. This jersey material is lovely, as usual, as with all of them. It's got a hem on the seam, it's a double over hem here, and then we've got it sort of overlocked on all the internal seams there. Now I have noticed that there's been a few sort of errant bits of cotton and stuff on the edges here, but nothing that's got caught in anywhere. There is, though, look, like a seam here at the elbow, which is a shame that it's not all one piece of fabric, because it does add a little bit of bulk at the elbow. And then again, you've got another seam here where it's a separate piece of fabric. So this front piece is all one panel, and then you've got a separate piece of fabric here that comes down into this panel. Then you've got the larger back panel and another separate piece at the side. They could have made that out of fewer pieces of fabric. I get they don't want to have to, there's probably a lot more fabric waste goes into if they don't have those seams. It might have just flowed and be a bit more floaty had they not put quite as many seams in. The only ones that are particularly, I wouldn't say bothersome, but that you slightly more notice are the ones on the elbow here. And that would only be if you've got like a bulky top on inside that would, you know, interfere with this seam. The material itself is actually surprisingly thick and snuggly. I was expecting it to be a little thinner just because it was sort of marketed as a cloak, and you know, it does make it quite warm for something that's quite fitted. Fit and size. This comes up small, so I did not want it to cling. I wanted it to smooth over my lumps and bumps, and so I got it in an L, a large, and I still feel that it clings to my belly. I mean, obviously I'm trying to lose the belly, but I would definitely advise sizing up. I think also if you didn't size up, again, it would be the constant problem of the sleeves being too tight if you hadn't sized up. And like I said, it definitely clings more here. I get that they've made it fitted. I just think that they could have made it so it glided over any belly a bit more. Most women are a little bit funny about their belly, and I just think that had a little bit more thought gone into the design of it, you might have been able to make it glide over a little bit more, and therefore it look a little bit more elegant, I think is what I'm going for. With it being a little tight still, it's not as comfortable as I had hoped. Obviously, I am still on a weight loss journey. I am hoping that as I lose a bit more weight, it will look better and feel more comfortable. It's, like I said, very long at the back, mega long on me. On the model, it comes up to like the top of her boots. On me, it is well down, halfway down my calves at least. So it's a long, long top. I am 5'3", 160 centimetres. If you are a lot shorter than me, you know, I think you might struggle with this. I do like the fit though. I do like the way that it feels. It's just a shame. I just think had they put a little bit more work into the construction of it and the way that they made the pattern, I just think it would be that much more of an impressive piece. So style and versatility. So this has got this very square hem here at the front. It's not one of those sort of high-lows that it starts off at the knee high and it just swoops down. It's a very rigid rectangular shape, which is mirrored, funnily enough, in the sheer mystery cloak, which I also own. And I actually bought this to wear with the sheer mystery cloak, and they do work beautifully together. They are both very long. This is quite long. This comes about halfway down my calf. On the model, it comes up to the top of her boot. She's clearly taller than me because in the sheer mystery cloak, it's just touching the floor. For me, I had to take 12 centimetres off the bottom of the sheer mystery cloak. I'm 160 centimetres, 5'3". If you are much shorter than me, you might also find that this is too long for you. It is, however, fantastic. I mean, it's a shame because with the sheer mystery cloak, it's just a little bit too much bulk going on. This does look great though with just a pair of leggings and a vest top. It's the whole piece because you've got this gorgeous detailing here that adds to it, which of course you can just take off because I mean it's a bit noisy, so, or you know, if you've got small children you don't want them yanking you all the time. However, this O-ring stays. I like that though. It means you don't have to worry about any kind of, you know, jewelry or anything. If you don't want to, you can just chuck this on and you've got an outfit. Now the sleeves, because they are super long, dip in everything, so they are not one for if you are having a cooking day. You will either catch fire to your sleeve or end up with it soaked in bolognese or something like that. So definitely one for more when you're wafting around with your mates or doing something cool and fun and you're not going to be dealing with a lot of liquids. So I just think it's really great. It's a real statement piece on its own, very different to the cardigan that we've seen before. Nice and warm, definitely one for those cooler autumn days. I got this at the end of summer and then didn't wear it for ages because I was like, it's too warm to wear this. Now is the time. Definitely an autumn winter type top. I think it's great. I really like it. I'm definitely going to be wearing it more and more, I think, as I slim down. It's just such a shame that it's so tight, really. The square hem, however, does make it more difficult to pair with other things if you wanted to wear it with something that wasn't just a pair of leggings and a vest top. It's doable, it's just you need to think a little bit more, because if it was just a floating high-low hem, that's a lot more graceful and a lot easier to, you know, pair with other things. The squareness of it does mean that it's quite a unique shape. You might want to think a bit more about having some like cool boots rather than trying to go for having something else underneath it, and just like make it the outfit, this and a pair of cool boots. RRP, this RRP'd at £63. I think that is too much. Apparently at the moment it is £46.99. I think I paid about 42, 43 for it, so I would recommend getting it on a sale or something. It is a really nice piece. There's a lot of fabric in this. There's a lot of fabric going on, so you know, you could argue that you're paying for quite a lot of fabric. There is a lot of details with this gorgeous wizardy type sleeves and stuff like that, and this chain detail, which you could then put on other things as well. You know, you could use this as a wallet chain or something, because you can take it off and you've got like a double layered wallet chain, so it's got versatility. I'm just not sure I would want to pay £63 for it. I think that's quite expensive. Durability and care. So it says machine wash cold, 30 degrees, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, iron on low, do not dry clean. I've washed this at 40 degrees. It is fine. I think I took this camping when we went camping at the end of August. I think we went on the August bank holiday and it did rain the whole time. And this was great. The only thing was it did get quite soggy on the bottom wandering around a campsite. It has come up beautifully in the wash. I'm very impressed with how it's washed. I'm wondering whether it's because of the polyester, it just is slightly not absorbent, rather than with it, if it was cotton, it would be a bit more absorbent. Comparisons. So Kate's Clothing have a high-low hoodie with a hood. It's got a little crisscross detail there instead of that O-ring with the chains on it. That has got what I would call a more gentle high-low that just swoops down on its hem. It is beautiful. It's definitely in my wish list. I might well ask Father Christmas for it. That is called the Anissa hoodie. That is gorgeous. Really, really like that. That is from Necessary Evil. Go check that out on Kate's Clothing. And I did find one on Amazon, and that was long lined shoulder sweater. I'll put the link down in the description box below so you can go and check that out. There's not a lot on the market. I definitely think that Necessary Evil one, if you want something similar but not quite as extreme, you know, not quite as long, not quite as crazy sleeves, that kind of thing, and a more reasonable price, definitely go and check out that Necessary Evil Anissa top. I've definitely got my eye on that anyway, because I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful top. But it is cool. It's probably my least favourite out of all the things that I've shown you today. It's probably the thing I have worn the least out of all the things that I've shown you today, but I do like it. Definitely not worth the £63 though. In conclusion, I like this. It's not my favourite. It's cool. It's got some really cool details on it. Definitely not worth £63, but I'm not sure if I would recommend it to you unless you really, really like all the shape and stuff about it. There's just a few things that niggle about it. But I did specifically buy this to wear with my sheer mystery cloak. So if you have the sheer mystery cloak and you want something to put on top of it, this is the item. But like I said, size up. So that was my Killstar Comfy Cozy haul. What do you think? I mean, my conclusion is that of all these things, the Fallen Lilith cropped hoodie is my out and out absolute favourite, hands down. If I could only recommend one piece to you that I've probably bought all year, that is the thing. Go out and buy that cropped hoodie. Love it. I have noticed that of quite a few of the pieces I've been buying recently from Killstar, the sleeves are a problem. So Killstar, if you are watching this video, your sleeves, you are making them too slim. I don't know who you've got that's designing them, but you know, we women have bingo wings, we have arms, we like going to the gym, and we, you know, we'll have muscle, and we're not all like matchsticks on our arms. Please stop scrimping on the fabric on the sleeves. Just add an extra inch and you will probably get a lot more sales, a lot less returns, because, you know, of all the things that I returned, everything I've returned recently has either been I hated it or the sleeves are too narrow. So that would be my takeaway from this, is keep an eye on the reviews, watch the sleeves. But what is your favourite item out of those 4 amazing comfy cozy items that I've shown you? Obviously you know what mine is. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any of these, if you have any points that you want to make about them that I haven't brought up. If you have any other comfy cozy items that you want to tell me about, I might have them, you never know. I just didn't want to go mad and do 20 items in this video. It's already long enough. If you like that, remember to like this video. Comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload. And remember people, stay heavy.